Good evening. Welcome everyone to our preschool open house. My name is Angela Merrow. I am the assistant principal at Harmony and Nutswamp Schools and also district preschool coordinator. Before we get started, I would like to introduce some people that we have here tonight from our staff. I'll start with the administrators that we have on the panel. Dr. Tiedemann.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. I am the District Director of Special Education and help to oversee the preschool program with Ms. Merrow and the principals.
Ms. Schreck.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Ms. Schreck. I'm the Director of Special Education Instruction. Welcome.
Mrs. Garzone.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Tara Garzone. I'm the assistant principal at New Monmouth School and Lincroft Elementary School, and I'm also the K-5 autism coordinator in the district.
Ms. Calabro.
Good evening. I'm Susan Calabro. I'm oversee enrollment for the district and also student. Welcome.
Ms. Wilson.
Hi, good evening. I'm Cindy Wilson, principal of Ocean Avenue School.
Mr. Paulson.
Good evening, everybody. Mr. Paulson, the principal over at Harmony Elementary School.
Ms. McCormack.
Hello all, my name is Maureen McCormack and I'm the principal at Middletown Village Elementary.
We also, Mr. Milando.
Hi, everybody. I'm Michael Milando. I'm the principal of Fairview Elementary. Welcome.
We also have our wonderful preschool team of teachers with us tonight. I'm just going to name them for you. However, later on in the presentation, you'll have the opportunity to meet them. From Harmony School, we have Ms. Stratton, Ms. LaCava, Ms. Esposito, Ms. Ventracelli, Ms. McKenna, Ms. Kelly. From Ocean Avenue School, we have Ms. Borasili, Ms. Rosamilia, Ms. Reynolds. From Fairview School, Ms. Lust, Ms. Mescal. And from Village School, Ms. Torone and Ms. Kuziga. Okay, Mr. Rotolo, we can go on to the next slide. And if we can go to slide 2. Okay. This is an overview of our preschool program. It consists of 13 inclusive classrooms located across 4 of our elementary schools: Fairview, Harmony, Middletown Village, and Ocean Avenue. They are inclusive, which means that they include children of mixed ability. So we have children with many different learning differences, learning and working together in our classrooms, which all have such warm and welcoming environments and support the academic and social emotional needs of all students. The hours are Monday through Friday. We have a morning session that runs from 8:45 to 11:15 and a PM session that runs from 12:15 to 2:45. All of our incoming students for September must be 3 years old by October 1st. We strongly recommend potty training. It's not required, but we do recommend it. The day includes a chance for snacks, so children are invited to bring snacks into the classroom. Our class sizes are limited to 15 students, and they include 1 teacher and 1 paraprofessional. So we have 2 adults in the classroom for the 15 students. Our application for the program will be available starting tomorrow morning, and it is on the district website. We will accept applications until 3 p.m. on Friday, March 5th, and we will hold our lottery on Wednesday, March 10th. We will be live streaming the lottery, so you can watch the district website for a link to that. Next slide. This is a list of just some of the resources that we use when we put together and design the lessons that we teach in preschool. We rely a lot on the New Jersey guidance for preschool, the Office of Early Childhood Education, and our program aligns with the New Jersey preschool teaching and learning standards. Momentarily, Ms. Wilson is going to take over and talk a little bit about the developmentally appropriate practices we have in our classroom. But I just wanted to take a moment to talk about the early screening inventory for preschool. This is a screening that we will do in the fall for our students. And the screening samples some of the children's performance in speech, language, cognition, perception, and motor coordination. And it will help inform instructional decisions for your child. So like I said, we have very diverse students in our classrooms, and we work to gather the data and information we need to design instruction that suits all of their individual needs. Next slide. This slide just explains the project-based learning that we use to design instruction for preschool. Project-based learning is a student-centered approach to instruction that allows students to acquire knowledge through the exploration of real-world challenges. The creative curriculum, which we use in preschool, is a project-based learning approach that builds skills for collaboration, communication, and critical thinking. At this point, I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Wilson, who will explain some of our practices. Next slide.
Well, good evening, parents. This is really an exciting time. Early childhood is a special and precious time in your child's life. And so the root of it is our philosophy on how do we think children learn and develop. And we do recognize that our children are active learners. You know, being active means that they learn best as a result of the direct and immediate experiences of objects and people and events that they encounter. So you view their growth, you know, as an interaction between all of those systems. So these aspects of development depend on and support each other. So we really do look at the whole child in terms of their physical, sensory, communicative, cognitive, and social emotional skills. And so we know that development is sequential. It's not and pretty predictable. It's different for each child. So really, you really need to address the child where they are for each of those continuums on the developmental scale. So again, children learn as a result of interacting with objects, events, and people and experiences in their daily lives. Children have a lot to learn. From the minute they wake up to their sleeping time, they are learning. And the role of the teacher is to be that of a facilitator. So a child chooses an activity that the teacher facilitates that learning and provides experiences that will challenge that child and the learner and develop those skills that are emerging and challenge that child to where they need to be. The role of the family can't be underestimated. You are your child's first teacher, and we appreciate that and respect that. And so we really need to work closely together. And so it brings us to our next homeschool communication. We really need to know what's going on in the lives of your child, because sometimes behaviors are affected by any loss of a pet, change in family status. So we really encourage you as parents to stay in close contact and communicate with your teacher, and she will do the same just so that we can support your child. So they do have a homeschool connection. There's a daily news sheet that goes home. There's a trimester report card, and it's really more of a progress report. We really like to acknowledge the growth that children show. And then there's opportunity for parent-teacher conferences. But of course, at this very early age, if there's ever a concern regarding your child, we don't ask you to wait. You can contact that teacher at any point. Next slide, Chris. Significant to providing that active learning is the preschool environment. And it really is set up very strategically. The classrooms are designed and maintained to support the active learner of the child. So there are a variety of materials. Active learning components are the children have access to materials, they have opportunities for choice, and that they act on those choices and they engage in their learning environment. So the classroom is very well labeled. Everything has a place, it's ordered, and it helps the child to make a decision, choose the work they want to engage in, and clean up from that activity. The daily routine is significant as well. It provides a framework for which the children and adults work. It is consistent, and a consistent daily routine provides direction for a child and helps them to develop a sense of internal control. It really empowers them to know it's coming. It takes away the fear of the unknown and really puts them in charge of their learning. Safety is our utmost number one priority. And so everything in the classroom is well thought out in terms of providing a safe and secure classroom environment and community. The teachers in Middletown, I have to tell you, the preschool program is one of the most consistently run, developmentally appropriate program, and it's really something exciting to see. Next slide, Mr. Rotolo. Again, with that consistent daily routine is the opportunity, a schedule, and that schedule stays the same. And children know what's coming because all of the classrooms have a daily routine posted. So they know what's coming next, and they can at a quick glance know it's time for circle, and the teacher will provide simple transitions for the next phase of their day. So it really is a very powerful tool, and it really supports them in being independent. Again, takes away the fear of the unknown and puts them in control of, oh, I know what's coming next. Next slide. So like any good early childhood program, there are centers, and the teachers are going to talk specifically about each of the centers here. But every center here, there is purpose built in for a child's learning. And like I said, a child can go into any of these center areas, pick a material or an activity, and that teacher, based on what that child chooses, will engage in that child, extend the language, talk about the experience, and bring that activity to a level that the child is at, and bring them to the next level. So, you know, when you choose an activity, the child is motivated because they've chosen the activity. And then it's your opportunity as a teacher to jump in and teach and build on the skills that they're showing. So I'm going to turn this over to the teachers to talk about each one of these areas briefly and the impact they have on the child and learning. Next slide. I think I'm going to introduce Rachel, and Rachel's going to talk about our circle time.
Hi, my name is Miss Rachel. I'm a teacher at Fairview Elementary School. I'm one of the inclusion preschool teachers. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about circle time. Circle time is the beginning of our routine of the day. We all get together, and we usually join in a circle, and sometimes the kids are in chairs, sometimes they're sitting on the rug, and we begin our day with greeting each other and saying hello. We look at our names, we sing a hello song. Then after we're finished doing our hello song, we go into our daily routine of our daily news. I have an example of the daily news behind me. So a lot of circle time is we're looking at words, we're reading, we're doing math, we're talking about all the things that are going on around us. We're having discussion. This is a time that we talk and we become friends, and we work on our friendships. We work on social skills. And this is an example. We read the daily news. We say, hello, friends. Today is, and then we figure out what today is by singing a song. We talk about what yesterday was, what today is, what tomorrow is. So today is Thursday, it is sunny outside. We then talk about the weather. We always have a helper of the day that will figure out what the weather is, and they announce it to the class. And that's a fun way for them to become the leader of the classroom, learn how to speak in front of their group of friends. Then we go into our book. So today's book is, we write down the title of the book. We talk about what the book's going to be about. We make predictions. Then we talk, then after that, we will go into a question of the day. An example of a question of the day might be, like, this is an example of something I did last week. Do you wear mittens or gloves in the winter? And I actually tied that into a show and tell, and they had to bring in mittens or gloves, whichever one is their favorite. And then we tallied it up. We counted how many each student had, and then we were talking about the numbers. So this is another way to get math into our circle time. Circle time lasts about 20 to 30 minutes. It really depends on how the kids, what we're talking about that day, and also their attention span. Some circle times are a little shorter, some are a little longer. We don't want them sitting there too long because they're excited to get to their centers. That's where they want to do. They want to go play. But we sing songs during circle time. At the ends of centers, after cleanup time, we come back to circle time, and then we'll do a story or sing another song, and we talk about what we experienced that day in preschool. And I think that was about it.
Next slide, Chris. There's a couple of slides here that Rachel already talked about, right, Rachel?
Yes, that's the question of the day. What color is your house? And that's graphing we do. And then also when we talk about our studies, we enhance our study. We first introduce it in circle time, and every day we have something to do with our studies. So this one is when we're doing a building study, what we know about buildings, and then we list everything that we know about buildings, and we have a discussion, and again, they're seeing the writing and the reading.
Ms. Reynolds is going to speak to us about small group time.
You know, Jacqueline was on. Jacqueline, are you on?
You know, did she have some difficulties?
I texted her, so because I didn't see her on, and she said she was here, but do you want me just to jump in and talk about small group in her absence?
Sure. She may be in the audience and not the panel. She may have clicked the wrong link.
Oh, okay. So small group is an opportunity for the teacher to work either one-on-one with the student or a variety or several students, not more than 4 usually. And typically it addresses a skill that they're looking to see if your child has. And they really do differentiate and individualize according to what that child can demonstrate in terms of what they know how to do. So they may be, this particular center is working on, it looks like some patterns. So, you know, and the teacher will adapt it according to the child's level of understanding. So small group is always based on a skill set. And again, it's either done in with a one-on-one or small group. So we really do look again to see where the child is, get those emerging skills and take them to the next level. Next slide.
Ms. Rose Amelia.
Christy?
Hi, sorry, I was muted. Okay, so I'm Mrs. Rose Amelia. I work at Ocean Avenue School, and the Music and Movement Center is a center to promote bodily and spatial awareness. It also promotes phonemic awareness, such as the alphabet and rhyming. And it increases socialization that helps engage the students with following the classroom routine and the daily practices that go on throughout the day. The students can use instruments to dance and sing. There's small baskets there in the centers that they could use bells or triangles, shakers. There's also, during circle time, I try to incorporate the use of some of the instruments when we sing in the beginning of the day. And it's also really good for transitional times because they know if a song is coming on that will help them transition into the next part of the day. That gives them the hint that that's going to happen. So the music is really integrated throughout the day, and it really helps them with those transitions and to keep the routine. And as you can see, we do have this center available in the room for them to use during the playtime or the center time during that portion of the day.
Okay, next slide, Mr. Rotolo. And Ms. Esposito.
Hello, I'm Miss Megan. I work at Harmony School. I teach the self-contained preschool class. So in the Science Center, we get to have a lot of fun and explore. We focus on living things, physical properties of materials and objects, and Earth's environment and how we care for it. The best way to learn science is to do it through integrated hands-on activities. During our different studies, we offer many opportunities for students to explore in our Science Center. For example, during our building center, we may provide rocks for children to weigh. They will have a scale and they'll get to put the rocks on and see, you know, which weighs more, which weighs less. During our pet study, we'll provide plastic or wooden animals so the children can build different animal homes. Maybe we'll have bears and they can build caves if we're talking about hibernation. During our gardening study, we can provide artificial plants and flowers for the children to observe and see all different types of plants and how they grow. During our insect study, which is one of my favorites, we can watch caterpillars turn to butterflies. So a lot of us will get caterpillars and we'll watch them and we'll put them in these fun little contraptions we have here and watch them turn to butterflies and release them. We will catch bugs and examine them under magnifying glasses. We also go on several scavenger hunts during all of our studies to search for things in the world around us. And it really gives the children a fun thing. We'll give them clipboards and they can go around and just search for different things that we may be studying and learning about. There's so many hands-on activities for preschoolers in the area of science and discovery. And we really enjoy learning all of these things with the children.
Next slide. Ms. Borsilli.
Hi, my name is Miss Jessica. I am the pre-K teacher at Ocean Ave, and I'm going to talk about toys and games. The toys and games area includes manipulatives, puzzles, collectibles, matching games, and other games for children to play with. Children strengthen skills and their understanding in all areas of development and learning as they play in the toys and games area. The toys and games area helps develop and supports and develops social emotional development, where children are learning to cooperate with one another by sharing and taking turns as they play games. They also develop confidence when they self-correct by playing with puzzles and different sorting boards and stacking rings. The toys and games area also supports our physical development because they're practicing hand-eye coordination while lacing cards and placing pegs in pegboards. They're stringing beads and building with interlocking pieces of construction, which is helping their fine motor skills. Language and literacy is also supported in this center as children use words to explain how they are putting puzzles together or sorting their objects. They compare sizes, shapes, and colors of objects as they play. And while using beads, pegboards, puzzles, dominoes, and a lot of other collectibles in the center, they develop their reading skills, such as matching and following a left to right progression. In many of our in all of our preschool classrooms throughout the district, I would say that toys and games is the mathematic hub of our classroom. Students are expanding their emerging math skills, such as counting, matching, patterning, and classifying. Materials in toys and games are often rotated and new materials are brought in. And this really depends on the studies that we're doing. Also, I would say on the time of year, the season, different holidays that are coming. Right now in my classroom, we're doing recycling studies. So there's all different bottle caps and tops that we've been sorting. As Valentine's Day approaches, we put different erasers in for patterning and sorting. So it's really a fun, I would say the students absolutely love toys and games, and there's a lot for them to do there as well.
Next slide. Ms. Tyrone and Ms. Lust.
Hi, I'm Miss Bryn. I am the self-contained teacher at Fairview Elementary School. Danielle? Should I just go? Okay, well, anyway, research shows that the inclusion of building blocks in playtime is a key part of early childhood development. The creative curriculum not only focuses on the importance of play, but the developmental benefits that positive playful interactions between children can create. Through hands-on learning, children develop the understanding that the blocks must be placed in certain ways in order for them not to fall down. There are also many matching and sorting activities that can be done with blocks. And some examples of the block activities we use in Middletown are stem cards, books, anchor charts, and block formation templates such as Lego walls and pattern block match mats. And the block area provides great assistance with hand-eye coordination, fine motor skills, positive social interaction, spatial awareness, and concentration. It also focuses on early math and engineering skills.
Next slide. Ms. Curzan.
Hi, I'm Becky Curzan. I'm the preschool teacher at Middletown Village School, and I'm going to talk to you about the literacy and the writing center. And I brought you a picture just to see, just as I just took this on the way out today. It's just a picture of today's writing center and some of the materials that we set up today. Right now, we're in finishing up our winter study. So some of the things that we have in our center is we have the mitten, the book, the mitten we've been reading this week. So as part of our literacy writing center, the kids were coloring pieces, the animals in the story, the mitten, and they got to put them, they made the little mittens, they were putting them in their mitten. We were talking about the words, like winter words. So they had some stamps that they were stamping the word snow. Here's actually one of the friends wanted me to show that she stamped the word snow for everybody. So this is, thank you, Miss Ada. Another thing they're doing and they're getting ready for is Valentine's Day. So we were talking about, so what they're doing is they're writing each other letters. We have like a preschool phone book, and they look for somebody that they want to send a Valentine to, and they'll send a letter, they'll write their name, and maybe we have on the back, they can, even if they're not writing, they can draw them a picture. And they can, we have a little mailbox that they put it in the mailbox. Right now, my AM class is actually writing to my PM class, and they're drawing the pictures. They put them in the mailbox, and then we have somebody from Dramatic Play dresses up as this mailman, and they deliver them to the, put them in the mailbox, and we have somebody who passes them out every day. As part, they're also have, we have stencils, clipboards, anything to get the kids interested in using pencils, any kind of writing materials. We have whiteboards and magnadoodles. So what we're, the goal is to get the kids writing, have something in their hands, even if they're doing that left to right. We kind of want to meet them where they are developmentally, getting them used to just what letters are, what numbers are, writing. Then we sometimes we're working on phonological awareness for the higher level kids who are, you know, A is apple, B is ball. We do knowledge of print concepts, that left to right, touching each word as you're reading along, that little tracking. We're doing responding to the books like we did the mittens. So reenacting the book, retelling the story, using different ways to do that. And also emergent writing skills. Sometimes they can draw a picture. Okay, well, what is the picture? What did you draw? And we can kind of help them develop the words. What did you draw? Trying to sounding it out. And that's what the Reading and Writing Center is all about. Thanks.
Next slide. Ms. Stratton.
Hi, my name is Laura Stratton. I work at Harmony School, and I am the preschool self-contained teacher at Harmony. And I'm going to talk to you about dramatic play. This is a someone different. So it's fun for them, and it works on a lot of different areas of social, emotional. They get to negotiate roles. They learn how to cooperate with each other. They recreate life experiences. They might pretend to be mommy going to work, or, you know, daddy working on the computer. As far as physical, the fine motor skills are addressed when they use buttons or snaps on their costumes. They may pretend to have a tea party where they pour water into teacups. The language and literacy also is addressed as they are talking to each other, explaining what they're doing. Sometimes there's a little couch, there's always a table and chairs. There is a kitchen area where they can cook. There is usually a shopping cart so they can go food shopping. There are baby dolls so they can take care of the baby. And this is a place where children can share their life experiences, which they all have common experiences in this area, such as taking care of babies, cooking, talking on the telephone, food shopping, and going to the doctors. It's you know, a chance that they can really do that connection from home to school and you know, interact with each other as well. The props are changed throughout the school year depending on what study we are learning about. So when we learned about pets, we set it up as a veterinarian's office. In the winter, we did a hot cocoa stand. We've set up pumpkin patches. When we learned about wheels, we did an auto mechanic shop. We've done grocery stores where there's different boxes of cereals and snacks so they can go food shopping. And when we did gardening, we had some gardening tools in there. So it changes, and it you know, keeps their curiosity up and you know, engaged in the different activities. And it goes along with the studies. So it's very consistent.
Okay, next slide, Ms. McKenna.
Hi, my name is Maureen McKenna, and I am a preschool teacher at Harmony School, one of the preschool teachers at Harmony School. Sand and water play supports children's development. Sensory play, including play with sand, dirt, water, styrofoam, peanuts, bubbles, beans, dirt, and other materials, can be an important part of the classroom. Children exploring in sensory centers are learning some important skills. Math and science skills. Sand and water play introduces scientific concepts such as sinking and floating and changes of state, wet to dry, dry to wet. Exploring sand, water, and other sensory materials gives children opportunities to practice measuring and explore other math concepts such as more, less, bigger, smaller, and equal. Physical development. Children playing with sand and water are practicing eye-hand coordination and using fine motor skills to scoop, sift, funnel, and pour. Social emotional skills. The Sand and Water Center provides important opportunities for children to practice cooperative play and sharing. It also helps children explore and enjoy the sensory experience of manipulating fluid materials. Digging in sand or splashing in water can also reduce the energy level of an overexcited child and provide an acceptable way for them to vent anger or frustration. Sand and water play is a fully inclusive form of play and encourages groups of children to work together, communicate, and share. It's one of the most effective methods to educate young children and develop their understanding of these learning areas. Thank you.
Next slide, Ms. Ventricelli.
Hi, everyone. My name is Michelle Ventricelli, and I'm a teacher at Harmony Elementary School. So I'm going to be presenting on the Art Center. The art area is a place filled with materials that children can enjoy on a purely sensory level. So here, children can create and represent their ideas in a visual form. Some of the areas it does benefit are the children's social emotional behavior, physical development, language development, and cognitive development. In the Art Center, we have an array of materials for the students to use to express themselves. So for example, they always have access to construction paper, glue, pom-poms, various collage materials, beads and buttons. To help with the children's fine motor skills, we do let them play with Play-Doh, so they have different Play-Doh tools that they can use to create. And currently we're working on a fairy tale study. So the students use collage materials to create the Three Little Pigs homes. They always have access to an easel every day where they can paint a picture. And we really encourage them to use their language and describe their picture and what they drew. They also use their handprints to create various characters from stories.
Okay, next slide. Mr. Rotolo, if you can click the link. This is a little video tour, very brief clip so that you can see the setup of one of our preschool classrooms.
There was music with that, Mr. Rotolo, no? Okay, next slide. So such an exciting curriculum. There's so much fun going on in preschool every day, and our students are learning and growing and just enjoying every moment, becoming lifelong learners. I'm just going to review with you a few logistical items about registration and applications. Once you send in your application, you will be entered into our lottery. And after our lottery on March 10th, acceptance letters or waitlist letters will be sent to each family who has applied. This way you will know whether you've been accepted into the program or whether you are on our waitlist. We will accommodate our waitlist as openings become available. Although we cannot guarantee it, we will try to honor placement requests. So you can email those requests to me. My email address is listed on the slide at meroa@middletownk12.org. Other questions can be directed to our preschool secretary, Ms. Fatima Alves. And again, the application will be open on the website beginning tomorrow morning. As you apply, you will be asked to check off whether you are applying for the lottery or whether you are applying as income eligible. If you are applying as income eligible, you will have to fill out the free and reduced lunch form for the 2021-2022 school year, and that will be available on our website later on in the summer. Once you have been accepted into the program, you will need to register. And so I'm going to turn it over now to Ms. Calabro, who will explain more about the registration process.
Thank you, Mrs. Murrow. So once you receive a letter of confirmation that you've been accepted into the program, you can go to our district website and click on the registration link and follow the prompts from there. You will need to create an account and register online. Part of the registration process also includes the upload to our secure document upload, where you are going to upload your proof of residency. which is also on our website. It outlines what documents you're going to need. You will need the child's birth certificate for proof of residency, and also a physical exam dated July 1st of 2020 or after. That all will be uploaded. It will be submitted to our registrar, and once we review it, you will receive a letter of confirmation that your registration has been approved and pushed through the system. Also, on our registration page, we have our registrar's email. You can also email her directly if you have any questions about the actual online registration process. Thank you, Mrs. Morrow.
Okay, next slide. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We hope that you gained some good information about our program and you are just excited about it as we are. We look forward to seeing all of your children in the fall, and we will open it up now a few minutes for some questions. Mr. Rotolo?
Yes, if anybody would like to pose a question to our panelists, just look down on your Zoom dashboard. You will see an icon, looks like a hand. It says raise hand. Once you click that icon, you'll be entered into a queue, and we'll bring you into the room to speak. So it looks like we do have a hand raised right now. So we will bring them in. This is actually don't have a name, so if they can introduce themselves when you bring them in, that would be great.
Yeah, hi, how are you? I have a quick question. Once we submit the application for preschool, do we submit it through the website or do we need to scan it through an email?
We are going to ask that it be mailed to Harmony School. The address is on the application. So if you could fill out a paper form and mail it to us, it just helps us to facilitate the lottery.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have Jessica. Oh, just have to unmute, Jessica.
Hi, sorry. Okay. If we enter the lottery in for this year and we get in, do we have to reapply the lottery for the next year?
No, you do not.
Okay.
If you are in for this next school year, you will be given a survey about midway through the year, and we'll ask if you are interested in remaining in the program for the following school year, and we will automatically place you.
Okay, perfect. And also, is transportation provided?
No, not for tuition students.
Okay, and I have one more question. You said if we had any placement requests, so like we live in the Harmony School District, do I have to request that I go to Harmony or?
Yes,
okay.
Please request that.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, next is Emily.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Emily.
Hi. So I have twins. How does that work with the lottery? Like, what if one of their names gets drawn? Does that automatically mean they both get in?
Yes, please indicate on the application that you are applying for a set of twins. This way we can flag that, and we will not take one without the other.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mrs. Mero, I'm not seeing any more hands raised at this time. Oh, we actually just had another one go up. Okay. So this is Michelle.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I just had a question with how is the preschool program impacted now with COVID regulations? Is it always in person? Is it virtual? Maybe you could just speak more about pre and post the life we live now in COVID times.
Yes, we have had to make several accommodations so that we can operate within the parameters of the health and safety protocols for this year. Parents this year did have the option if they would like to have their children attend virtually. And Ms. Jackie Reynolds has been such a wonderful help in supporting our virtual students. So students who are attending virtually all have Ms. Jackie, and she work through her Google Classroom, and she meets with the students as a whole class and also within those small groups all through the computer. She also provides a lot of off-screen activities for them to do. Parents selecting to send their students in person then go to the schools that they had been placed in. Students are required to wear masks, and they are all so wonderful with it. It's just almost natural for them. They don't really have a problem at all with wearing the masks. They are spaced apart as much as possible. We did try to keep the class sizes a little bit smaller this year to allow for that spacing. But the teachers have done a really phenomenal job in trying to maintain that aspect of social interaction that's so essential at preschool. And they're doing that while operating under these parameters. Some of the centers that you toured have to be closed this year. For example, the sand in the water just involves a lot of materials that have to be touched and are not easily sanitized in between each use. But most of the other centers, we have found ways to sanitize them as students rotate through them so that they are not sharing the materials. We are looking forward to the fall and hopes that some of these parameters will be lifted and we can get back to more normal operations.
Ms. Merrill also point out in between the morning and afternoon sessions, our custodial crew goes into the rooms and they spray down the entire room for the new group of kids to come in.
Yes, thanks, Mr. Paulson. That's important.
Thank you very much.
Okay, next we have Robert.
Hi, I was just wondering if the tuition is going to remain the same as it has been for the past year at $350 a month?
The tuition is $350 a month, and that is what we're looking for in September. We're looking to have it remain at $350 a month.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay, next we have Gaetana again.
I'm sorry. I just do want to mention that my son attends preschool at Harmony, and I want to thank all the preschool teachers. You guys been wonderful during this hard time. You really care about the students, and I just want to chip in and tell you thank you so much for caring for the students. Okay, that's enough.
Thank you. I know I speak for all of them when I say we really so appreciate kind words.
I would say thank you for trusting us. Because that's a heavy lift for parents nowadays, and I understand that, having being a father of 4. So thank you for trusting us to provide a safe environment.
Okay, next we have Nina.
Hello, thank you for your presentation. Just had a quick question about the October 1st birth date. My daughter turns 5 a couple of days after that. Is she too old to be in the preschool program?
No, she is not, because she will miss the cutoff for kindergarten. So yes, she can be in the preschool program.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, not seeing any more hands raised at this time. This will put a call out, see for any last questions. And looks like we do have a couple of last questions. We have Leah here. Hello, Leah.
Hello. Hi, thank you all for your time. Yeah, this is my very first time. I have a couple of questions. Is the preschool program every day?
Yes, it is Monday through Friday.
Monday, Friday. Okay. And also, I just registered my daughter for kindergarten at Middletown Village. And everything was on the website. I uploaded all the documents and everything, but I did hear somebody asking about that, and one of you say I should mail in. What am I mailing in? Do I print the application, fill it out, and mail in along with the documents?
So there are 2 different things that you're referring to there. One is our application, and the other one is registration. Those are 2 separate items.
Right.
The application is for only preschool. It has nothing to do with kindergarten. Only preschool if you're applying to the preschool lottery to be accepted into the program. Okay. We ask that you print out that application, complete it, and mail it to the address listed on the application. After you have been accepted into the program, then you will go ahead and begin the registration process through the website.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you very much for clarifying that.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have Amanda. Hello, Amanda. Amanda, are you with us? Looks like Amanda is having a little bit of difficulty with her microphone, so we'll keep her in the queue, but we will move on to Jessica.
Hi, sorry, I have another question. Are the preschool classes, are they divided into age group, like 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds, or in two separate?
They are mixed ages.
Okay, so like the 3 and the 4-year-olds are in one class.
They are together, yes.
Okay. I have my sons in the virtual Miss Jackie. So he just moved here, but his previous one, they had like a summer program. Do you guys offer that as well?
No,
okay.
We don't have summer preschool.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Let's try Jessica.
Hi, I was just curious how many kids are accepted through the lottery?
Well, our class sizes are maxed out at 15. We have to look at our numbers because as someone had asked before, if students are already enrolled in preschool this year and are of age and would like to continue for next year, we hold those spots. So after we analyze our survey results, that lets us know the number of slots that we would have available for September. So I really can't give you a definite answer. It does vary year to year depending on the current enrollment.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The lottery will be a live stream on YouTube if you do apply, and we have to have a lottery.
Okay, we'll give Amanda one more try. Let's see if we can get her in here. Hello, Amanda. Did you unmute? It looks like Amanda may be having some trouble with her microphone. Is it possible maybe she can email a question to you?
Yes, and the email address is on the slideshow that's on the web, will be linked to the website. So please email any questions. And that's for anyone in the audience. If you think of something later on, please feel free to email.
Okay, and we're not seeing any more hands up, so I think we maybe have come to the conclusion.
Thank you so much for your time. And again, we look forward to seeing all of your children in the fall.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good night.